Good morning. I thought I'd show you what I'm up to with the colour card challenge. We're making bigger items, so it's going to be every month now. So I've got my first one laid here. The other one's just to the side of me, but anyway. So it's interesting. It really is interesting. I would never thought to put these colours together, but they are working. They really are. So this one is going to be a drawstring bag, and you can see I've got a light grey in the background. Can you see? Yes. So the charcoal is going to be the lining. I haven't quite got the slate grey, but it's kind of in this dragonfly print. The marigold is this one. It's a little bit bright, but it's pretty darn close. Terracotta. I need to find something. I was going to put a button on, which is terracotta coloured. I could do. I don't know. Anyway, the eggplant is this last piece of this fabric that I've got in the background here. I'll put a charcoal flower on, and then the offcuts from the dragonfly, I've just been hand stitching those on. I've got this really nice braid which has a bit of a dark charcoal background. I've got another bit here somewhere. Where have you gone? Oh, there. Yeah, so I'm just sort of playing around with ideas. This is going to be a front pocket. It's going to be a drawstring bag. These are going to be the drawstring bits. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm just sort of playing around, sort of fabric collaging and that kind of thing. So I definitely need to put something terracotta on there. Yeah, I'll see what I can find terracotta wise. So that's this. Oh, come here. This is this one. This is out of box 2. So yeah, so that's that one. I'm going to do some stitching today. That's why I'm sort of showing you now before I start stitching. This one here, this was out of colour. Oh no, this is out of box 2. That must be. Oh yeah, because it goes up to 250. Right, so that was box 1, and this one's box 2. And we got all these lovely colours. Now I didn't quite get the dark burgundy, but it is in this fabric here. The mulberry, I'm going with that. The magenta is also in this fabric here. You see, yeah. The salmon pink, it's kind of in those flowers there. So I've got quite a bit of that in there. And then the peach, I haven't got anything peach. So I'm going to do a zip on this one, and that'll be the peachy colour as it's called on there. So this one, I've just been trying to work it out actually. It's going to have a box bottom. This I might use as a pocket on the inside. And then what I want to do is kind of do a zip in a casing, if you like, and then on the top there, because I was going to do, what was you going to do? I was going to do a drawstring bag, but this is on that really thick foam stuff. And I'm just thinking sewing a zip onto that is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to try and make a, what would you call it? I don't really know what they're called. But basically you're going to have the zip, obviously, you know, stitched on properly. So it'll have a welt, that's it. I think that's what it's called, a welt top. So that it'll be quite square with the bits out of the bottom. The lining is just this, and oh yeah, sorry, I didn't even show you this. Talking away. Oh, Susan. So I have pieced and quilted those fabrics onto this thick foam stuff basically. So it'll be a nice rigid bag when it's done. So yeah, and I just added some laces as well, and that kind of brings in that mulberry colour. It's the dark burgundy. It's completely, as I say, it is in this multicoloured one, so I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, pink lining. It's had all its corners cut and stuff. So yeah, I think I might make this last bit, because it's just like a leftover bit. I'll make a pocket, I think, on the inside. So there we are. That's where I am at the moment. I now need to get to my sewing machine and start sewing, which might take a while. I'll say the patchworky bits on the other one, I haven't even sussed that out yet. So there we are. Yeah, probably what I'll do is I'll sort of come in bit by bit as I'm stitching things and show you how it's going, and then hopefully an end product at the end of the day. We will see. I'll see you in a bit. Hello. I don't know what my camera was doing there. Right, I fully did this one because this setting in this zip was a new thing to me, and I knew if I was filming I would mess it up. So it's all done. I made some little hexes, so I just need to finish hand stitching them onto the ends of the zip, and then it's done. But it turned out really, really well actually. I was really surprised. So the nice thing is it's absolutely, you know, it's a solid piece, shall we say. So but yeah, the colours have turned out lovely, really nice. I carried on that paisley print to the top, so we've got our creep zip at the top there, and then I'll just pull the zip off. I'll put that back on in a minute. Inside is, I did put a pocket in there, can you actually see? Yeah, so it's all nice and lined. Now I need to put the zip back on, but I can do that now. I've learned how to do it. So right, I'll put that on there and then on there. So the reason I've come on to talk to you is because I'm just, well, I was literally about to start just carrying on with the other one, and I thought, hang on, you said you was going to film it. So I've got the, let me just angle you down to the sewing table. One moment, please. There we are. So I've got kind of the pieces ready. What I need to do is zigzag stitch the dragonfly onto for the pocket, basically. So it's going to be a, oh, it's really good, this. It's going to be a pocket. But I want to do the, I don't know, what would you call it? Like the applique stitching before I actually make the pocket. So I've managed to find, because one of the colours I was missing was the terracotta. So I don't know if you can see it there. I've got a nice terracotta thread. It's going to look a bit weird, but I don't know, it might work actually. So I'm going to do all the top stitching in terracotta. Why not? So I'm just going to do a nice smallish zigzag. Yeah, I might speed you up for this bit because A, it'll be noisy, and B, it'll be lengthy because I've got to go all the way around. So I'll be back in a mo. Well, you know. Right, so that's that zigzagged on. Just need to press now to make it nice and flat. I'm just going to stitch this trim bit on and then give everything a good press. Take it back to straight stitch. Again, I'll speed you up. Right, okay, so that's those on. Needle unthreaded itself, did you notice? So what I'm going to do now is kind of turn it back this way and make this a independent pocket, basically. The cat's here. Just warning you in case we get an invasion. She usually likes to jump up and scare the what's it out of me. It's meant to leave a gap to turn it. see what we ended up with. Just going to trim that trim back. Hopefully that will turn out nicely, we'll see. Yes, all these little bits. I mean, the actual making the bag should be quite quick because I've made loads of those type of drawstring top bags, but I needed to get these accent colours on, which is, you know, easily done by pockets and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I went that route. I've just got to reach behind you, excuse me. There's that pocket. It's going to need a good press, so bear with me. Where are you? Oh, she's in my room, that's fine. Oh. Just get this put together. I won't actually stitch it yet because I've got to stitch it to the front of the bag anyway, and I don't want double lines everywhere. So we'll just give that a quick pin. I love this new iron that my daughter gave me. My cordless one. It burnt something, and that was it. That was it. Kiss of death. Goodbye. It's gone. So I was not a happy bunny, to say the least. And my daughter doesn't use this, so she said, "Well, have mine." I went, "Oh, okay. Cheers." So that'll make a really pretty pocket actually, like so, like that. And that's bringing in the colours that I needed, which is all good. Just take those scraggly bits off. Right, so yeah, I won't stitch that yet. So I want to do the same with this little collaged piece that I've got for the back, because this is a bit, you know, loosey-goosey, and I don't want that, quite frankly. So I'm going to do exactly the same. Zigzag stitch, and I'll come back to you in a moment. That's nice and easy. Yeah, I just did a little bit of hand stitching on there, and yeah, that kind of thing. When I actually attach this one to the bag, I will be zigzag stitching it. I think I'll put it on the back because I think I want, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? So it's, you know, back and front, they're identical on a yeah, cool. Right, let's I'll just get the back held up. It's right behind you. I don't know if you want to watch all this, do you? I don't know. A couple of creases in there. Right, don't need you just yet lining. So, right, so, okay. Just need one of these for now. Because this is a non-directional print, it's a, did I show you that? Yeah, I did, didn't I? The grey bit. It doesn't matter if it's back or front, it really doesn't matter. So with a drawstring, oh, I need to cut the corners, but that's fine, we can do that in a minute. Just gonna get this one centralized. Where's my ruler? It's hiding. It's fine. Everything can just fall down, I don't mind. So what are you, about 3.5? 3.25, so it needs to go over a tad. Yep, that's it. Top to bottom generally doesn't really matter. Let's get a pin. Just to stop that moving. It's very hard with the phone in the way. Just want to make sure I got this straight. Yeah, I did. Blimey, get me. Okay. So because it's a pocket, I obviously don't stitch at the top here. I'm just going to stitch these sides, catching in that seam at the same time. So let's take it back to straight stitch. And slow it down a tad. I just want to catch the top a couple of times. Just like to over sew the tops so that you know they're not going to fall off. You know, as soon as you start in and out, you don't want them falling off basically. So that's that. That's that. That brown matches quite nicely actually, so the terracotta I should say. I don't dislike the fact that that's fraying. It's quite sort of grungy. Right, so that's the dragonfly pocket on. Nice. Just remember that's the top. Oh, that'll be the next thing. So this piece here, it's just a decorative piece really. It doesn't actually function as a pocket or anything. It's just to get that eggplant colour on. So I might put it off centre. Got to remember I'm leaving. Got to leave my corners. So can't be that way actually. So that's up and down if you like. So I'm just gonna. Right. Doesn't take long, does it, when you think about it, in the grand scheme of things. I am a bit nervous about this one, so I'm just going to do a straight stitch down as well. Actually, I might do a decorative one. Let's do number 26. I like number 26. I don't think I can change any of the size on this one now. Right, okay. Let's get you there. Pretty leaves. Let me show you. You just have to catch that last stitch so that it does that overcast bit. I've done it many times, as you could probably tell. So yeah, it does look like little pretty leaves all the way around. Can you see them? Yeah. So that's, I'm happy now. I don't think the zigzagging will fail because that's obviously that's buttonhole, well, not even buttonhole stitches, it is applique anyway. It's solidly on there, so I'm happy with that. Right, so I need to cut the bottoms now. So I'm going to pile everything up and cut it all at the same time. My iron is blinking at me, that means it's turned itself off. Come on, back alive. I was dying to get one of those, I can't remember what they're called, a Lisso or something, the ones that stand up on their own. But they didn't have any of those at the West Point show either. And I was going to get one online, and I thought, do I need to spend 80 quid on an iron? No. I got one for free, so... Right, let me pause you for a sec. I just need to move the cutting table. When I say cutting table, I meant the sewing arm for my machine, because it frees up the rest of the cutting table here then. Just going to pile everything up. I should be able to get it all in one cut. I'm not going to do a massive box bottom. I think I did 2 inches on the other one that I've done. So I think I'll just do an inch, because it'll then end up as 2 inches if I can find my square. Or should I do 1.5 inches? Yeah, I might do 1.5 inches. Change my mind. Woman's prerogative and all that malarkey. Right, it's just... I got these new friction pens, but I don't... They're a bit weird. Am I going to see that? Yeah, that'll be alright. If you do it like this, like with all the layers, just make sure everything is lined up and that one isn't. I need to redraw. I'm going to use my chalk pen. I can see that one. I've been looking everywhere for a white friction pen, and yeah, I can't get one. I don't know why. Nobody seems to have them. I can see that, no problem at all. Get my super sharp big scissors. Everybody lined up? Yep. I don't use a rotary cutter, because if I use a rotary cutter, I always mess it up. Always keep your little squares. I love the little squares that I cut out of bags. I have a number of them. Right, okay. I put up a new hanging thing at the back here, but it's the IKEA one, and it's just, it wants to fall down all the time. It's worrying me. Mind you, I can't screw anything to the wall, so that probably doesn't help, does it? Right, come back up here. You ready? Again, I'm going to speed you through this because it is fairly basic. I'm just going to unplug that iron, otherwise that will twitter away in my ear hole and drive me bonkers. Right, I need to change my threads. Let me pause you. Right, this next bit is a bit boring actually, so what I might do is just do one side with you, and then show you the finished results. So I'm just going to I've turned over the edges of what will become the spaces for the thread oh lordy, for the rope string stuff to go through. It's not the right word. It's been a long day. found a nice, I've got a nice variegated Gutermann thread, so I've got that for the top colour. The bottom colour is a, what was that colour they said? Charcoal. So, but the, I don't know if you can you even see it now? It does run from grey to charcoal. It's just in the back corner here. I can't show you. I'm good at this video in lark, aren't I? Right, so I need to stand up for this next bit. Get these more or less central. Yep, that'll do nicely. A couple of clips. Drawstring bags are dead easy to do. I enjoyed doing that other one, I must say. That turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to, which says a lot. Pretty much there. Now I'm just going to, I was just going to say, I'm just going to sort of hold, no, I'm going to properly stitch these on, I think. Let me think. Yeah. Right, so then that's it. That's, yeah, for the cords. Okay, so I'm just going to do exactly the same with the other side. Do the box bottoms. I don't think you need to see that, do you? Nah. Executive decision. No, you don't. Yeah, I'll just come back and show you the finished. Maybe putting the cords in or something. So I'll be back with you soon. I've decided to film it all. I'll fast forward a lot of it. So all I've done is sewn up the side seams on the outer bag, if you like. I'm just sewing up the box bottoms. Bits and bits and bits. Right, so that's the outer. I'm not putting a pocket on the lining. I'm just not going to, quite frankly. So did we line up the seams? Just checking before I show you. Yes, we did. See? So this seam at the bottom should line up with the side seam, which is there. It's always nice when that happens. I'm just going to poke out the corners. Looking good so far. Can you see? Yeah. Yay. Right, so I just need to sew the lining, which is just very straightforward. Always remember to leave a gap. I'm going to leave it in the bottom, I think. I will whizzy wish you again. Okay, so that's the lining done. So you put your outer into your inner, wrong way round, so it's right sides together. If it wants to play, which clearly it doesn't want to at the moment. So you stuff it in. Get your side seams. Line up your side seams at the very least. Starting to lose the light in my room. It's getting on a bit today. I need to go and rescue my washing as well. It'll be getting damp soon once the sun goes around the corner. That's it. Has been out since 8 o'clock this morning, to be fair. So What is the time? Crikey, it's 4:30. Blimey. I think I'm babysitting tomorrow. Lucky me. Babysitting the kids. That's fine. I don't mind. Right, I need to move that. Ooh, no, I don't think I've got enough. I'm trying to use up all my odd bobbins, and it's biting me in the bum because I keep running out. I've got another grey. Yes, I have. Come on. How'd you go? Yeah, you get to the point where you've got so many bobbins on the go that you start running out. Mind you, I never run out. I've got blooming hundreds of other things. Where did you come from? My machine needs a clean. I'm going to move that pin cushion. Did you notice it get caught up earlier? It keeps on getting in the way. Right, so just going to stitch front or inside to outside. I'm just going to take a sneak peek. When I stitched the oh, Susan, come on. When I stitched the holders for the cords, I should have done just a holding stitch basically, and I'm thinking I might have got away with it, but I did go a little bit over 1/4 inch. Let me just see if it shows on the outside. No, it looks like I've got away with it. Let me just double check everywhere. Yep, no, I've got away with it. Yeah, so I was worried that it would show the stitching, but it hasn't, so that's good. That's fine, it's fine. Phew. Right, so there we are, lining done. Lined up there. Did we line up here? Yes, we did. Ding dong. Let me show you just to prove it. It's always my aim, my goal, is to get these to line up side to side. Oh, I'm going to have to do a lot of fast forwarding. This is about an hour long, this video. About 1 millimetre out on that one, which is slightly annoying, but you know, it's inside. We're not going to worry too much. So let's just close this seam. Come on. Sorry, you've not really seen a lot, have you? But it's just the way it is. That is the sound of a needle that needs changing. Goodness me, what a racket. Yeah, it has sewn quite a bit actually on that one, so time to change. But we'll do the top stitching first. Let's just tidy up all these loose threads. Oh look, it just shows there. This is what I meant about, I don't know if you can just see it just there. It's probably not focusing. Don't worry too much. It'll be on the inside. All the pretty stuff's on the outside. Any more? No. Right. So shove that in. Sorry, delicately place the lining inside the outer, and then I need to give it a press. So I'm just going to press this down so that when I do the top stitch, it's going to look proper pucker. I'll be back in a second. Right, pressed. Just going to top stitch. What I tend to do is hang over 1/2 of my foot on my machine over the edge, and that way and that, my friends, is that. Sorry about the dogs barking. I think she's grooming next door again. It's the curse of my life living here. It's not all the time. I think if it was all the time, like every day for hours at a time, I would put in a complaint, but it isn't, and you know, it's neighbours, you just have to get over it. Okay, that's turned out lovely. Very happy with that. Top stitching went well. So yeah, just by literally, let me show you. So this little bit here, I hang that over the edge like that. I don't know if you can even see that. I just hang it over the edge and just let it follow it around. Does it every time. It's beautiful. It's nice when you find little hacks like that. Right, so all I need to do now is put in the cords, and it is ready. I just tend to do a quick look to see if there's any stray threads. There isn't. I remembered a label. It is there. Can you see the obvious mistake? Right, well, it's inside out, so we'll have to unpick that side, see and sort that out. But basically, oh no, that's embarrassing. Okay, so mess. So that's it. Let me just angle you up a little bit. Hold tight. Oh, crikey, hold tight. You're going for a wander. Right, there we are. So pocket on the front there with the dragonfly. So I'm going to show you the colours now, because that kind of is what matters. So I've got the marigold. I think, well, with the lining we've got the charcoal, but it's also in those wings. The slate grey for me is kind of in that background there. The marigold is there. I did stitching around with the terracotta, which is just there, and then the eggplant is that on the back there, and again more terracotta and stuff there. So I'm calling that a win-win. I'm going to have fun unstitching that side seam and turning my label around, because I'm a Wally. What did I do with the other one? Oh yeah, I need to, it's on the floor. I need to hand stitch these on to the ends of the zips, and then that's finished as well, and that's a really nice bag actually. So there we are, all done. I've got a few more that I think I want to make. So trouble is I don't have any more of these colours, but let's do the colour swatching. So the dark burgundy is definitely in this one here. The mulberry is in the lace and this colour here. The magenta is definitely in that there. The salmon pink is in the rosy flowery one, and then the peach is in the zip up the top here, and it's kind of, I backed it with this fabric here, so it's kind of in, crikey, in there as well. All right, so I'll just hand stitching around those, and these bits here are the leftovers from when I boxed the bottoms. It will all look fine when it's done. So I'll do some final photos when the label is turned around on that one. I still can't believe I did that, never mind. And I've managed to get the zip back on here, and this is all stitched on, so I'll do you some close-up photos. See you in a bit. Actually no, I'll say goodbye, because the next one I probably won't speak through. I'll just do you some close-ups. Bye. Right, I know I said I wasn't going to do more yabbering, but you know me, can't help myself. Right, so they're both completely finished now. I'll run through this one again. So this actually, it was weird working with this foam stuff, but yeah, I kind of like it. I think I've seen other people actually stitch along there to just keep the boxy shape, but I think it'll just work anyway. So yeah, so that was the colour palette, as you've already seen. I just thought I'd show you it finished inside. Let me lift you up a bit because you're a little bit close. If it stays there. Yeah, it did. Well done. So I've stitched on these little end pieces now, and they were the corners cut out of the bottom. I do like using it, but this is the first time I've done this kind of I don't know what it's called, like an inset zip welt pocket type thing, because what I like is the fact that you can just fold it right back. It's like How to Train Your Dragon. This is like How to Train Your bag. So yeah, and it just folds back like that, so you can just, you know, in and out. I put a grab handle on it because I always like a grab handle on my project bags. So there's that one. So yeah, hit all the colours, looks great, and it will fold flat, so that's cool. Yeah, I might do some more of these actually. I quite like the I quite like that, and I am liking the sort of stiffness of the bag itself, the standy uppiness, you know, technical term, I know. So that's that one. And then the dragonfly, I did sort out the label. Still can't believe, not only did I put it on inside out, it was upside down as well. So I did really well there, didn't I? So I just unpicked the seam and redid it. So this was this colour palette. I'm pretty sure I got most of it. Yeah, so that's that. And the I say the eggplant, that's the only bit of fabric I had in that colour, but it is kind of doing that. But you saw me overcast it all, so it's fine. I'm not going to panic about it falling off. I put in double straps. I do like a double pull, so the dark slate grey is inside and then the double pull does that, so you end up with a nice size bag. Easily fit a couple of skeins of wool in there if you're doing knitting or whatever. And then obviously you've got the, you know, the tie things as a grab handle. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. And obviously the dragonfly was a pocket, so crochet hooks, pattern, whatever. And again, folds nice and flat. It's got a nice box bottom. Ta-da! So there we are. So that's those two. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I feel like doing some hexes. So I might dig out some more colours or more fabrics in these colours-ish. And do some little hexy pieces. I'm not sure. So anyway, it's a very long video. If you stayed all the way through, thank you very much. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye.